I haven't listened. I've been listening to like a lot of old school doo-wop, man. A lot of 40s, 50s, 60s music. Other than that,
Yeah.
before that, it was like a lot of the classic Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep, Psycho Realm, shit like that.
Yeah, I heard it. I said, man, I thought, yeah, when I listened to a couple tracks, I was trying to find something because I didn't get nothing from you, so I was trying to find some stuff off the YouTube. But I saw you had what I see on there was an album. It just I don't know what is it called. Shit. I see an old man. It had a track on it called "An Old Man."
Oh
Josh
yeah,
the Janitor.
Leaving My Mark. That was like actually my last. I was gonna make that my last album, but it wasn't my last album.
Oh, you dropped something after that?
Yeah, because when I quit, I was quitting for stupid reasons, just personal reasoning. I was having trouble. Like my baby mom didn't like when we were together at the time. She didn't like that I was touring a lot and going overseas. And she just had like a lot of trust issues. And I told her, that's what you got involved with in the beginning. You were all supportive, and then now you're just like anti. And she hated that I was being like in magazines and being like.
Damn. Shit, that's getting you publicity and some money though.
Yeah. So she told me on my last because I toured in South America, and she said if I go on tour, she's not going to be back when I return. But I mean, they already paid for everything, so I couldn't just back out with contracts and everything. So I still went ahead and did it. When I came back, she bounced. So I thought music really fucking ruined my life. So I kind of gave it up for a minute, but I just can't live without it. I love writing and stuff like that. So my old DJ, he hit me up. He's like, I got studio time. He just got finished with Tumex, and at that time, Tumex leg just blew up from his diabetes, so they had to like amputate it. Damn. So he had like studio time. They had studio time for me. So I told him I'm not really doing music. There was a producer from Germany named Got the Juice. He sent me a folder full of beats, and I just opened them up, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to LA. So I just put the beats on, and I wrote the whole drive down there, and I finished the album in one day, in one night. I got at the time, Pace One from the outside, it was just like really like hooking me up on some inspirational shit. So he ended up getting on the album. And then at the time, I discovered a female artist named her real name is JC, but she goes by Isis, and she got on the album. The album was called Ugly, and around that time I met this female artist in like a drawing artist out in Venice Beach, and I was feeling her art. So she did the album cover. So I didn't do no physical copies of those. It was all digital, but it did me a good run.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So you said they know you look better in South America. So what's some other places that you toured at?
Bogota, Medellin.
Okay.
I've been to Chile. I got around the time I was supposed to be going to Argentina and stuff like that, but COVID hit and just fucked a lot of things up. So same thing with I was going to go to Germany, Berlin, with DJ Denetic from the Snow Goons, and we're gonna link up there too. But just COVID fucked a lot of things up for me this year, so it's cool though, man. I had a time to kind of reevaluate my sound, and this new project that I just got done wrapping up is solid, man. It's coming out sick.
That's what's up. Paul, you got anything?
What's up?
Oh nah, Paul. Oh, he muted.
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
What's up, Paul?
How long you living in San Diego?
I grew up there, man. I was born in Los Angeles. But my parents were immigrants, so they crossed over the border just so I could become a U.S. citizen. And then once I was born in L.A. and I got my paperwork, my birth certificate, we moved back to Mexico. And then when school started, we moved to San Diego. So since I was like about 4 years old until I'm still planning to move back there next year. I was supposed to move out there this year, but with COVID and everything and the job that I landed now, I'm gonna chill out here for another year.
You played so many songs already?
What's up?
No, that's Impurity.
No, we ain't play one yet. I should live in Otay Mesa.
Oh,
Cause
okay.
we both was in the Marines. That's why he from Mississippi. We met in the Marines.
Oh no, shit.
In 2000. Yeah, so he got out 2004. I got out 2012. But he just actually stayed in San Diego from when he got out.
Oh no, shit. Yeah, man. I love back home, man. A lot of people think it's like beautiful and sunny, but they don't know like the the hood areas.
Yeah, you know, we be having a lot of we be interviewing like a lot of wrong kind people on here and shit too.
Yeah, I was kind of peeping you guys' resume. You guys got a lot of cool artists on there.
Yeah, man, we try to reach them before they blow up and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Shit before they start. But now, so yeah, like so what you think about the rap game right now so far?
It's, you know what? That's why I kind of like turned away to like old school music from the whole doo-wop era. I just can't stand that shit, man. I really can't stand it. There's no artist. It's like a lot of artists I grew up with, when they drop a new album, it's watered down, or it's like the same shit. It's nothing fresh. It's kind of like the best comparison that I can do is like, because I used to listen to a lot of Slim Shady and Eminem before he blew up.
Yeah.
It was like when he was beefing it with Cage and he was rolling with like the Outsiders. So when Eminem first came out, he was a starving artist, the Slim Shady LP. Then after that, the Marshall Mathers, you could just tell he had a lot of like ideas and something he's always wanted to do. But after that, for me, he's just, I can't stand him no more, man. But that's just
we don't fool with him. We don't fool with him too much.
Yeah,
no
he
more.
just doesn't have like the surprise element anymore. It's just like it's expected. And
you already know what it is. You already know what the album gonna sound like.
Yeah. And then like his latest new shit, it's just like had a bunch of fucking them mumble rappers and stuff. I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling it.
So who are your top 5 rappers then right now?
If I had to name a top 5, fuck, man. I throw it like way back. Lately I've been listening to a lot of the fuck have I been listening to? Honestly, I just been listening to a lot of like the Preminist, my producer. He makes like a lot of singles with no raps on it. It's just his instrumentals and samples. I listen to a lot of that. Other than that, I listen to like the old school Mobb Deep, like the first 2 albums, and Wu here and there. Ghostface. Actually, Ghostface is probably one of my favorite artists. A lot of Ghostface, Doom. I love Sean Price. A lot of fucking Psycho Realm. Cypress Hill. The last Cypress Hill album was probably like the best album I've heard in quite some time.
Yeah, I gotta check that one out. That Cypress
Elephants on Acid or some shit like that. That shit goes
Hey
hard.
man, you made me a fan because you know I'm a big Sean Price fan.
Oh no shit, yeah,
Sean Price, man, that shit just that's like he called that's bully rap shit. Beat
yeah. Yeah, Sean Price was actually he was a cool ass homie, man. We were actually doing some shit. Well, we were about to drop an album, a track. It was him and Rock. I got Rock and Ruck. I got connected through DJ J Ronan.
Yeah.
Out in Brooklyn, and we were gonna drop a track, but shit just didn't work out. And then when me and Sean started talking again, that's around the time he passed away. We kind of like lost touch because he was in the hospital and he died. Well, like the weird part about it is I was on tour with Immortal Technique, and I met this chick named Ivy, and I guess she used to manage a lot of the artists out there, and she used to date Sean Price, so we kind of like knew like a lot of shit about each other before we even knew each other through Sean. So that was a cool plug and connect.
Yeah, we had his wife on about a month ago.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, Bernadette, we had her on there. She was talking about his legacy and shit. Yeah, we was chopping it up with her. Shit, we both got a mutual connect who know a lot of people. So she linked us up with Bernadette. So we chopped it up about Sean and his legacy, and his daughter was on there and everything.
Oh, that's dope, man. Yeah, I never got to really meet Sean's family. I met him when he was out here in California. I used to be in a rap group called the Society of Invisibles.
Yeah.
So that's how I got I got a lot of connects through a lot of artists because I was part of that crew. So
yeah, that's what's up. I was able to get a couple. I found I had downloaded a track called Yuck.
Oh yeah, that was with DJ J Ronan. That's when I was out in Brooklyn. Oh, actually,
okay,
Manhattan.
okay.
I was in Manhattan.
So yeah, we'll play that one, man. What's that about?
I was fucking with DJ Reef from out in Jersey.
Yeah.
And he just gave me a nasty beat. And usually I'm not the type to like write a rap. I need to hear the beat, and I kind of it just usually triggers like a cog in my head to start turning. And once it starts going, I gotta finish what I started. And when I heard Yuck, I was like, yo, just grabbed the pen and started jotting down, and that was it. I gave him the track, and then he cut it up, and the rest is a wrap. So we shot the video out in I went out to shoot a video originally with my homie Box Guts and Mike 220 from Johnny 23 Records, and DJ Reef was on the cut, so I was like, let's just do that video too. And then so we knocked that one out too. So we shot it in LA and New York, because after New York we came back to LA, and my homie Infidel, he's an old school b-boy, he was on the video too, just breakdancing and kind of throwing it back, because we used to graffiti together. So
yeah,
he was like posting that shit up too, so that was cool.
All right, let's go into it, man. Let's get it. I got it locked in right here.
I'd rather listen to some 93 Boys to Men before this new age bullshit. Hey, yo, drop that shit, Reef. Y'all, you motherfuckers that said I was done, shut the fuck up.
I'm mentally scarred, recuperating from a razor. Feathers in your mind, spit it, place your anger on the page. Keep it cypher-biting.
Keep the secret weapon, don't speak, just keep a step in my cheek. As leak your resin get burnt like yeast infections. I'm unconscious on a beat, a monster in the street. You see the trail of blood behind me from rappers who wanna beef. So bring it on if you want it, or thinking you have a chance. Cause I'm drinking what you're bleeding, that's seeping out of your glands. When I sneak into the industry, creeping to reap the glam, I grab the mic like the nails that were hammered in Jesus' hands. I will die for my culture, although it's already dead. I get offended when the elements rep, but never been. I don't feel them and they're cut off like severed infected limbs. I hit the page like the tablets commandments were chiseled in. I'm too awful for this all for spilling a ghastly poem. I'm too nasty for the class in my face with crossing bones. Where was fam when they were needing the streets without a home? I please my soul when I'm throwing their bodies in catacombs.
I'm mentally scarred, recuperating from a razor. Feathers in your mind, spit it, place your anger on the page. Keep it cypher-biting. I'm mentally scarred, recuperating from a razor. Feathers in your mind, spit it, place your anger on the page. Keep it cypher-biting.
I'm in earwigs that'll kiss the brain, standing in the listen range. I don't wish for fame, I know you devils by your Christian name. That's passing me the kitchen blade and telling me to slim my veins. Asking Pop to trade me places, staring in his picture frame. I ain't from a broken home, I was raised the homeless. But when we had a crib, that shit was filled with mold and roaches. Since my bombing days, I skate around to battle rap the dopest. A bunch of Lil B when I see him for Jack and Low Deck. So fit a swarm of locusts, that my virus crew is bleeding. I've been eating mics, is chewing on the quarters, baby teeth. And I'm an animal that's cocking heat like it's mating season. Take a beating like my mother when father came home from drinking. I ain't trying to impress you, I'm here to make it stressful. I escaped the science lab attachment to the test tube. All the bullshit that I've been through scarred me deeper than the flesh wound. Fuck you, fuck Linda, the Bersies except my nephew.
I'm mentally scarred, recuperating from a razor. Feathers in your mind, spit it, place your anger on the page. Keep it cypher-biting. I'm mentally scarred, recuperating from a razor. Feathers in your mind, spit it, place your anger on the page. Keep it cypher-biting.
You're a obnoxious, dishonest. You're awful in the business. I'm colossal, I'm heartless, asking God for my forgiveness. Tell me 9 from a sickness, well my job will drop the sentence. All these rappers get offended, mumble, wishing I was dead. But I came back from the hospital and straight into the booth. On a wheelchair, I was flying rhymes, recording them with Ruth. Then they flew me out to Philly, then in Brooklyn did a shoot. And yo, I'm climbing to the top, crippled with a crooked foot. You're a has-been in the trash bin, desperate for a shot when you're asking for a hand in. But my arms are crossed, either posted as a b-boy, you're a snotty little snob. Holding mics or sweaty palms means you shouldn't get involved. I was raised about a culture, it made me who I am. I see the light is getting closer, I see the tunnel's end. My sister said if I was homeless, that she would let me in. That's what happens for believing a tweaker that's seeking sin.
I'm mentally scarred, recuperating from a breakup. Devils in your mind, fit in place your anger on the page. Secret cypher-righteous, secret cypher-righteous. I'm mentally scarred, recuperating from a breakup. Devils in your mind, fit in place your anger on the page. Secret cypher-righteous, secret cypher-righteous.
Yeah.
You know, that track right there, I remember I performed it when I was on tour with Twisted Insane from he's actually from San Diego too. He did what is Tech Nine's record label called?
What's that
Strange
shit called?
music.
What is it?
Strange music.
Yeah, Strange Music. I was on tour with Twisted Insane for Strange Music, but I was performing that song and I just cut it off because like the beat wasn't hype enough. And like I was just kind of just staring at me more than like feeling it. I cut it off and Twisted Insane kind of like stopped me like, what the fuck you doing? That song was so dope.
Yeah.
What the fuck? But it was
now
cool.
they want to hear that crazy shit out of Techno at them Strange Music shows.
Yeah, that crap was it was on some different shit. That's probably one of the best performances I've done, man.
Hey, you said took a beating like dad coming home from a day of drinking. That's some cold shit. That's some cold shit right there. But nah, I can see why you incline more to the old school. That's what it feel like. You know, shit, man. You know, if you play some shit like that in Sacramento in '98, then they gonna, man. Look, we used to have a cipher at Hiram Johnson, bruh. Everybody was on some gangster shit. We had one New York dude with he used to have his one pants leg up with the fucking bandana on. Yo, that motherfucker, they clown the shit out that motherfucker. But he didn't care. He came to the cipher every day. Spitting that New York shit. We like, man, get the fuck out of here with that. Nah, that's how it is though. But nah, but when you said, it's like when you said earlier, man, you know the game, you know, it upset you. But some people like it. They say it's a lane for everything now, you know? Back in the day, it was like you either was this way or you wouldn't get no money, but it's different lanes to get money now.
Yeah, but see, like back then, man, it was like, it wasn't about likes or plays on the internet, man. It was like, yo, that kid got bars, he'll fuck you up, and then you'll beat face to face and free. That's how I got battling back in the days. I wasn't on YouTube and shit like that. I was freestyle battling until I met face to face with like one of the hardest kids, and you know, either you catch an L or that W. Either way, you get respect. So
yeah.
It was a fun era, you know, the days of having a backpack, passing out CDs and shit like that at the mall and at shows. So, you know, that era's gone, man. So,
is that what they mean when they say backpack rappers?
Nah, backpack is more like them conscious rappers, man. They're on some like Living Legends. They're on some.
Hey, the Grouch.
Yeah, that fool got bars too, man.
Damn, nigga, the Grouch so goddamn tight.
I'm saying, what happened to Lil B? I heard you said something about Lil B on that song.
Man, I used to be signed to this record label called Johnny 23 Records with Low Deck. Actually, it's a funny story about Low Deck and that label, because at the time I was under Baby Grand Records.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember that record label.
Yeah, I was under Baby Grand, and I got into a near fatal car accident. And at the time, I was fucking with Hellraiser a lot. Like Hellraiser, like an official Thug Angels member, and so I was fucking with him a lot. Then I got into a near fatal car accident around the time he had a stroke. So we had like a strong connection. He was always calling me every day to say prayers to me, and he was on the good positive note. So when I kind of got back on my feet, before I got my car accident, I did a show in New York with Helter Skelter. It was a crazy night, man. It was just originally supposed to be Helter Skelter, Group Home, and Jerry with the Damage, and everybody came out from Ill Bill. I was there with Jice from the Arsonist, and Connecticut RG, and everybody came out from Keith Murray to, like, everybody was there. So it was a cool night. But that night I performed Low Deck See Me Rock the Stage. When I got dropped from Baby Grand and I was in the hospital, when I got back on my feet, he offered me a deal under the label, so I ran with it. And at that time, Lil B was getting famous for stealing people's instrumentals and not giving credit where credit is due. And he stole one of Low Deck's beats, which was produced by Omega One. I don't know if it was Omega One or Blockhead. I think it was Omega One. And he didn't give Low Deck credit. And I guess somehow Lil B was connected to somebody was married to somebody through Omega One and given the beat, and they kind of like had beef. So Low Deck started dissing him, and they kind of started going back to back. But Low Deck is like my partner in crime at that time, so I had to back him up. And it seems like nobody in our crew at the time was backing him up. So since I'm out here in Cali, and I think Lil B was in Frisco or Bay Area, yeah. I thought I'd diss him to call him out, but he never, I guess, I don't know, he probably thought I was like a nobody, fuck him, and just kept it moving, so.
Yeah, Lil B was stealing everybody's shit back in the day, though.
Right, still is.
I never listened to any of his raps. I just knew who Lil B was through Low Deck, and then I asked a lot of my kids' friends, and like, oh yeah, he's like a funny rapper, or
he's like a troll. He like making fun of rap, but really rapping at the same time in a way.
Hey, you know who's a dope ass troll? I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Man, don't say the little dude.
Who you gonna say? Who you gonna say?
Well, Tekashi's a fucking.
I knew you were gonna say it.
I did too. I was like, "Are you gonna talk about but you know that shit backfired on. He ain't doing that shit because that album. I mean, look, to most people that wasn't a flop, but for him it was a flop. But he really been like MIA a little bit. But yeah, that motherfucker, man, he a deadly troll though. That's some shit he do shit that's gonna get you killed though.
I hate Tekashi music, but I'm gonna tell you this much right now. He made the industry look like a bitch, man, because all these rappers talking about, I'll kill you while you're this, don't fuck with my set. This fool was really calling out deadly sets. Well, to what they seem to display. Right. And Tekashi just mimicked them, and that fool's still standing, like, flaunting bread and having girls with big asses, like, shaking me.
Yo, them videos be live, huh? I be like, God damn. My wife was like, all he doing is doing that so you don't got to pay attention to his lyrics. I'm like, that shit work. Dog, I was like, man. That shit working though. But nah, with him, I know it's probably like end of the road for him and shit now. Like he probably still gonna be around making music, but he got enough money that he don't even need to be doing this shit no more anyway. Go somewhere and just try not to get ran up on, man.
Like, I use that money to say start some kind of business or kind of
do something, man, because that shit don't last long, bro. You doing all that shit, somebody gonna want to make a name for themselves and might not be one of the rappers, but somebody might want to make a name for themselves and shit.
Yeah, man, that's how it was in the early thousands to the late thousands. I was making good ass bread off the industry, man. Just merch and shows and fucking product and stuff like that, selling CDs. And then once the whole digital age just started hitting, and all these rappers getting YouTube plays, it's just like the whole industry just fucking flipped, and my whole bread flow just started shrinking every year. It's just like, damn.
No, I ain't know they gave plaques for Spotify streams. I seen a rapper today. I guess her song had 500,000 streams, so they sent her a little plaque. Spotify sent her a little gold plaque and shit. I didn't know they did that.
I got a couple homies out there that got plaques from what's that shit called? I think it's Spotify.
Yeah.
Like a couple 100,000 plays, and I was like, I didn't get one. I got more than 100,000 at one point, but
I think you gotta hit 500,000 for them to send you the gold joint.
No
I don't know
shit.
if she I guess she hit 500,000 streams. So she was posing with the shit on Instagram today. I was like, okay, I didn't know they did that though. That's what's up.
At least they acknowledge like that's like a big accomplishment.
Yeah, 500,000 streams. That's good shit.
That's hella good, man. I got you know, my first album, man. At the time, if it was hard at the digital age, I would have at the peak of the digital age, I could have done good because my first album called Poor Quality, and that dropped under no record label. I think that one jumped. Yeah.
I was going to click on it, but I was like, you know how some people, they be like, yo, this is my song, but it got poor quality, so I still put it out type shit. So I ain't click on it. I was like, man, if he's saying it's poor quality, I ain't going to click it.
Well, because the sound, the reason I called it Poor Quality is, well, first, that album got over 100,000 downloads, so I was blown away. Yeah. But the album originally, because before my car accident, I did so many tracks. I traveled all over the states, meeting a lot of artists and recording, and never released tracks or done anything like that. So I collected all the tracks and I realized, dude, I got a lot of fucking songs that I never released. But I'm a big fan of the boom bap, basement rap era, where like Tame One, a lot of old school Wu-Tang, or you know, the D12 unreleased outsider shit where it's like poor quality sound, but it's so dope, like that old school War Cloud shit.
You said Tame One?
What's that?
You said Tame One?
Yeah.
I interviewed him before. And the other one too, El Sensei. I just interviewed El Sensei.
Oh no shit, yeah. Tame One, Tame was a dope graffiti artist, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy interview. I didn't even put that shit out. That shit that was wild on the interview.
Yeah, I heard a lot of stories about Tim. I used to roll a lot with Cage. I don't know if you know who Cage is.
How long you been? What year you started? Seems like you've been there for a while.
Man, how old do you think I am?
Shit, you older than us. You
35, 36?
Hell no.
I'm 36.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, you've been around for a minute. Shit.
How old you say he is?
He's at 36. Wait, how old are you? You 38, right? 37?
Yeah.
38, yeah.
I was gonna say, I thought you was like 40 or something.
Ouch.
Nah.
No, because seemed like you started like what year you started though?
Man, I was still in high school when I was kicking rhymes. I
was saying it seemed like you started in the 90s or something or no? 90s?
Yeah, I started like in 94. I kind of started flowing like in 94 and 95. But it got serious when I was like after my high school years, like 01, 02. I graduated in 01. I clicked up on my homie Jamar and Derek. They're just like they read a lot of my rhymes on a book, and they're just like, you're on some different shit, man. You should start spitting this shit. And then that's when we started the group Apes in English, and we just created a strong buzz in San Diego. And that album alone is just like classic status. So.
Man, we used to always talk about why San Diego rappers don't blow up, man. We used to always talk about that shit, like.
Yeah, there's quite a few, like when Jail Felony blew up, I was proud of that fool.
Yeah, he would just Poe just interviewed Jail Felony like about a couple months back.
Yeah, I'm glad we ain't playing the drinking game. Shit.
Yeah, Jail, Mitchie Slick.
Yeah, Mitchie Slick. We fuck with Mitchie Slick hard.
You know what? I think that's all I can think of for San Diego. I think Main Flow. I heard he lives in San Diego.
Who?
Main Flow.
Oh yeah, no. Now who the other dude? Ryan Bowers? No, he passed away, didn't he? Yeah, he passed away. The other dude.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never heard him rap. I don't even know who the fuck he is. I found out who he was
when he passed away.
Yeah. But here's the deal. I guess I found my old post where people were kind of like talking shit because I guess I have heard of him because he used auto-tune in his tracks, and I would talk shit tagging him like I don't need to use auto-tune to get attention kind of shit.
But you tagged him in it?
Yeah. I'm kind of like the underground troll. But I call people out for on the battle tip. I I don't like hide. You know, I feel like I'm worthy to battle somebody. I'll call you out on it and see what the response is. And
Yo, we got a tournament we run, man. You should get in it then. We got one coming up at the end of November.
I'm
We
down.
do well, it ain't battle rap per se, but we got the last one we had 8 rappers. They just song for song. Best song made the best song win. And it hadn't necessarily be a battle track, but I mean, you know what it is, like you could drop whatever song you want, and we gave a winner 200, and we got this trophy we give out. We call it the Hood Grammy.
Ah, shit, I'm in. Get me in. Yo, I just dropped I haven't dropped. I got this new album I'm working on now. I clicked up with the Feminist again. And, I got, well, first I hit up Chino XL, and he got on the album.
Okay.
He was excited about it. And then Cage, I got Cage on the album. And then I don't know if you know who the Booze Brothers are. They're kind of like with the Puerto Rican. And
Yeah, I heard of Puerto Rican though. I heard of them.
I just had old boy on the show, Thurston Howe. Well, I didn't put the interview out yet, but I interviewed him too.
Yeah. So I got one of his name is Rajadu. He's from the Booze Brothers, a clever one. He's from Philly. Yo, when I first heard him, I hit him up, and he heard my shit and he was feeling it. He was like, yo, let's do a track. So I don't know if you know who C Lance is. He's a producer for Jedi Mind Tricks. Now he just did he produced an album for he fucked a lot of mainstream artists, but there was one artist. What's that one? Ritz. He just did an album with Ritz.
Yeah.
I just had Ritz on the show.
Ritz was just on too.
Yeah. Come on, man. I said we need to do a word association. I need to do something.
And then I got that kid got the juice. So this album and my female artist, I got a female artist under my wing. This probably like the best album I've done in quite some time. I'm pretty excited about it. So
yeah, bring your crew to the battle. Bring shit. We trying to do 16 artists for this one.
6. I'll start seeing who's out there, man. But I'll tell whack artists out there because I think my.
We be finding some gems out there though. Them shits like we got them all on YouTube now. We did 4 so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one female joint, all female joint too.
No shit. Okay, I'll tell her she's on my new album. And I got her to do a solo joint. She did a whole solo. She's fucking dope, man. That's what I'm gonna click up to when I go out to Philly. She lives out in New York, in Pittsburgh, so she's gonna drive out to Philly and click up. So,
what's your favorite rap album?
My favorite rap album? Fuck. If there was one, you know what? The one I've always turned to is The Pillage by Capadonna. That fucking album from beginning to end is probably the hardest shit I've ever heard in my life. The first time I popped it in, it was like a good 1.5 to 2 years before I even decided to take it off rotation.
Yeah, that's what's up. I remember all that shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Now I listen to them. I listen to so much different shit right now, man. It's hard to. Well, right now I'm on this old kick now. Actually, I was just listening to some RBL Posse. Don't give me no Bammer weed. We don't smoke that shit in the SFC. Some old Sebo, because Sebo my favorite rapper, man. So, man, Bo, I grew up on that shit. I grew up on him and Brother Lynch though in Sacramento, man. So
Lynch gave me props before. Lynch thinks I'm some grimy ass kid too, man.
Oh yeah, Lynch, that's some you get in good with them dudes. Them man, back in the day that shit was so crazy to listen to though, but we was young, 15, 16-year-old listening to all that Rip Gut, Hannibal shit, man. But
yeah, that's what a lot of people that don't know who I am and listen to my music. Well, first, I don't think I sound like a brother, but a lot of people think like, "What the fuck? You're Mexican?" I thought you.
We all black, shit.
Yeah, and then after that, when
the police pull you over, you black.
Yeah, they think I'm some kind of devil worshiper or some shit like that.
Oh shit.
Not even
Yo, that's a good segue, man. What you think about the current climate, like police brutality, people protesting? Man, how you feel about that?
It's crazy, bro. I try not to put my foot. I try not to get involved with that kind of shit because I'm not in that situation to kind of speak on it or speak against it. I'm not a police officer every day, knowing that my life's on the line, but I'm also not a minority putting myself out there where I get pulled over. I've been in that situation before. My best friend Jamar, we've been pulled over, and we were getting arrested for a murder just because we fit the profile. And, you know, we ended up getting released, stuff like that. So I get it when you're getting, like, targeted for something you're not even guilty of, just profiled. I think.
But how? Wait. How the fuck that feel to be charged with murder though?
No, you scared shit.
It's scary, man. It's scary, but you know what? At the time, it can't fall for everybody because
right.
At the time, I'm just like, I'm not guilty, so I'm not gonna get charged.
I'm not gonna trip, yeah.
But there's plenty of people out there where I be watching documentaries where like they get out like 20 years later or something that they were innocent for. So it's just like, I don't know, like like I guess it depends.
Yeah, I was thinking like that shit probably, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. Even if I know I didn't do this shit, I'll probably still be shook. I'll be shook, man. Like, fuck.
That was me in my block in high school. If something bad happened, if something was graffitied or broken, it's like if the dish broken, I'm the first one to blame. And that's how it was like in my hood or in my high school. If something goes down, you're to blame, even when you're not guilty. So getting locked up for something like that and you're in the cage for like 20 years, 15 years, and you're like, yo, I didn't do anything. Yeah.
Everybody say that.
It's like, I don't know. But I do think sometimes people be egging the situation where people get pulled over by the cops, like, what are you pulling me over for? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up.
Hey, but look, on the flip side, shit, man, if you know you being, man, look, people be harassed for shit. People get arrested for shit that they did. But I think black people, man, for growing up, that's just how we are. Like, you don't want to be accused of some shit you didn't do, right? But sometimes you just don't know how to react to that shit. Like, if you get accused of something that you didn't do, like for example, if you know you wrong, you might say, you know what, officer, I know I was speeding. I apologize. I was on my way to do some shit, man. I won't do it again. You're going to take your ticket and keep it pushing. But if they pull you over and say you were speeding and you know your ass is only doing 40 and a 45, you're like, man, come on, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't do shit. Now they like, hey, man, shut the fuck up. Hey, wait, who you talking to like that? Then this shit escalate.
That just happened to me. My girl's a lawyer. So this cop was like, he was like fucking like at least a quarter of a mile away ahead of me. And I was with my kids and I was just driving behind him and he slowed down for me to pass him up, but I stayed in my lane. I got scared. I was wondering why he was doing that. So he put his light on in front of me, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on. He told me to pull over, and he gave me a ticket saying I was going 95 miles per hour.
Damn.
And my girl was just like, it's really, I was like, did you record my speed? and pretty much the cop told me, and I called my girl, and she was like on the phone, and she pretty much said, or he said, it's my word against your word. Who wins? And my girl's like, he's right. It's he said versus your word versus his word. And if he shows up, you're going to win. I mean, you're going to lose. So I ended up getting a lawyer to kind of handle my situation. I lost. I still had to pay like fucking $600.
Damn.
Additional just to not get a point in my fucking.
Yeah. So you took the hit for that shit too?
Yeah, that shit was whack, man. Pissed, but you know what? I've been so clean for the long, like a good decade, where it's like it wasn't worth it. You know, I got a good job and and my kids. I actually
like whatever the quickest way to get this shit over with, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. And people think like I go back to the hood all the time in San Diego, and they're like, "Oh, look at this guy making that white boy money."
Hey, they do us dirty when we do good, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, it's that single father money. Don't tell me it's that white boy money. It's that single father.
Me and Pope talk about shit all the time. They be like, man, look at that punk ass motherfucker taking care of his kids and shit. You be like, damn, nigga, like.
They're just like, that's good that you're doing something. Right.
Man, bitch ass nigga bought a house. You like, God damn. Like, Yo, like, why you mad? Shit.
Actually, my family in Mexico is happy for me. on my dad's side, my mom's side, they hate me. They're always talking shit like, oh, well, they've always hated me because they hated my dad, but like, oh, this guy's performing on stage. And actually, once I came out on the George Lopez show, they just thought they're like, oh, look at him, too good for everybody. And I was like, I'm not too good for anybody.
When you performed on there,
I didn't perform on there. George Lopez, man, I used to work with Danny.
That's a legend, man.
Yeah, and he was always telling me he loves my music, and he used to always be reading my Twitters on his show. So it was a cool little plug in there.
So you actually got to meet him?
Yeah, I met him a couple times. He actually remembered me when when I'm from Chula Vista.
Yeah.
I guess they won the World Series back in like 08, 09.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little league shit.
Yeah.
So when that happened and I seen him, he was like, "Oh shit!" They call me He's ugly in Spanish, so.
Oh, Feo, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, I had a homeboy, man. See, that's what I like about Cali though, because you got your black homeboy, you got your Mexican homies and shit. So, man, I used to call this motherfucker, and that's the only Spanish I knew too. I used to call that motherfucker Gordo Feo Puto. That's all I knew, man.
Yo, a lot of
you cutting them out, wasn't it?
I'm from an era. I'm from an era where I don't agree with if you're not a brother or even Puerto Rican, don't drop the fucking N-bomb.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
I grew up with a lot of brothers and as well as a bunch of essays, and they've always told me, a lot of my brothers, Jamar and Derek, like, you know, you my brother and you can drop the N-bomb whenever you want. We cool, but it's just like, y'all may be cool with it, but I could drop the N-bomb somewhere where not someone.
Yeah. You don't want to get comfortable using it and then say it in the wrong spot. I feel you.
In age, man, I be checking people left to right, like, yo. And a lot of like the old school, like my generation brothers be liking that shit because I be checking them like, yo, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, growing up, Mexicans said that shit all the time in Sacramento, man. You like that shit. We was all the same. We felt like we was all the same.
But there's like a thing. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with like the Southerners and the Northerners.
Facts.
The Norteños and the Sureños.
All day.
Yeah, I'm from the South, so I usually bump heads with a lot of Northerners until they get to know me. But my best friend Ilroot, Rudy, he's connected with a lot of Norteños. He grew up here.
Yeah.
So he introduced me to like a lot of his family, and they would just like straight up tell me, like, they start telling me stories like how cool they were like Sureños in prison and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's never like any like animosity. I met a lot of I met a lot of dickhead Norteños, but I've also met a lot of cool ass Norteños where, damn, like I hope we never like beef it, man, because y'all.
Man, we were scared of them. We were scared of them motherfuckers growing up. Shit, they were just cutthroat, man. They were ruthless, man, in Sacramento, bro. Like Mexican gangs. I mean, you had some ruthless black gangs in Sacramento too, but like, I don't know, that shit was just always different, man.
I think it works both ways, man. I think if you're from like the black community,
yeah,
Mexican gangsters are hardcore.
Right.
Like the Mexican community or the Latin community.
You think the Bloods and Crips is hard?
Yeah, that's how I grew up. I grew up like where I'm thinking like, you know, being from California, New York's fucking cutthroat. Fuck that. When I go to New York, they're like, yeah, LA motherfuckers are crazy. Fuck yeah. I was like, nah, fool, you step like in the wrong project, you're getting your head chopped off.
Hey, Jay-Z said that shit's best. I'm that cautious. I never trust grimy ass New Yorkers. Hey, and I'm like that now, man. Like, you know what it is? It's fucked up though in the neighborhoods, like black neighborhood, brown neighborhood, whatever. But white people, like in the hood, white people can walk through the hood 2 a.m. with a fucking Shih Tzu, and ain't nobody gonna fuck with them.
Yeah.
Let me walk through that motherfucker, man. They be like, nigga, who the fuck is you? Where the fuck you from? Like, hold up, bro. I'm just trying to get to the house. Like, I just got off work.
Yeah.
I don't bang, man. I ain't in no gang. I ain't in shit. Like, I'm trying to go home. Yeah, but they gonna press you.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people, especially out here in this day and age, they think that I've never been like racially profiled and stuff like that. But I got to remind them, I grew up in the 90s. late 80s, early 90s in San Diego, where it's just like a white community. And my dad was like heavy in the cartel, so we had bread, but he never worked. But we lived in a white community. It's just like these Mexicans in the Latin community. I was always racial profiled, and that's why I grew up with a guilty conscience where if something bad happened, if I seen a broken window in the neighborhood, like, fuck, that's gonna be on me.
They're gonna be knocking on your door, huh? Like,
yeah, man. And you were saying earlier how you could just based on your skin color, you already know you're targeted. I know what that feeling is like, not because of my skin color, but I was a shoplifter like a good portion of my young life.
Yeah.
Feelings when Nintendo 64s first came out and consoles and movies, VHS, like, bro, it took like a good 10 years to kind of like walk into a store and not feel like I'm being watched and everything and holding my breath when I walk out of the store thinking the alarm was going to go off for this. Because I've been arrested numerous times for shoplifting growing up.
Yeah.
So I kind of get like the concept of like other like targeted for like, even though you're innocent and you're not doing anything, you know, like you're being watched.
Hey man, I do that shit to this day. I know I ain't stole shit, but I just be hoping that goddamn alarm don't go off when I walk out the store. Cause it happened to me a few times where they forgot to take something off. Yeah. But like when you walk out, everybody like, yep, I knew it. You like, motherfucker, I paid for it.
I just keep walking.
Nah, cause you need.
I got a ticket for Walmart. I got a ticket for Walmart like that. They try to say they had me on camera selling some bitch ass Lego. I'm like, what the? I thought it was even the Lego section.
Nah, yeah. You keep walking? Nah, but sometimes you go home, that shit still be stuck on your clothes, so you got to take it back anyway. So I just like to take that shit right back. Be like, man, I got the receipt right here. I remember they had that old what was that movie where the black people walked in the store and the little thing said niggas.
Don't be a menace.
Don't be a menace.
Yo, that was some that was some classic shit because that was real talk. Yeah. As soon as you walked in the store, they like, I'm like, nah, I don't need no help. Shit, I don't need no help. I know what I'm getting.